So Commedia is a form of theater, comedy in particular, that came out in the late Middle Ages, Renaissance. And it's based off of Greek and Roman comedies. And it is very funny, very comic, very ribald, very of the people. And it started in Italy pretty early on, but then it spread throughout Europe. If you've ever seen Moliere, he is in the tradition of Commedia dell'arte. And all of our comedy now, especially the farces, are based off of the Western, in the Western Hemisphere, based off of Commedia dell'arte, which is based off of something even older. I love Commedia, and Commedia is a little formulaic, and then you kind of put these bits in, and then it's free form from there. And so I took some very old pieces, The Liar, which is from the 1600s, maybe the 1700s. And so there's some scenes that I took from that and then changed to fit New Orleans instead of, Europe. And I wrote some scenes, so there's a lot of it, about at least half of it's me. And then the other half is Commedia tropes throughout the ages that I have borrowed and then adapted to this one. And I did it to fit our set, which we already had most of, and it was beautiful for Peter and the Starcatcher. And knowing which actors we had. So yeah, I wrote the play because out of necessity, basically.
Halt, pirates! Give up in the name of President... God, one moment. Okay, gang. Who's president this time?
Wait, what year is it again?
I don't know. I should have asked the director. Wait, no, I got an idea. All right. Halt, pirates! Give up in the name of President... Who cares? And Captain Alarte at the Nuka Terra!
The whole show is dedicated to Mike Flanagan, who was a professor here and passed away in June. And he was the one that was going to do Peter and the Starcatcher and got the rights and everything. And that's why we were going to do it in honor of him. And so this one is now in honor of him. And his wife, Melanie, she wrote some of the songs in this play, and they're just beautiful. The love ballad is hers. And she was also our choreographer and our musical director. So this play is in honor of him and to help her honor him as well.
That's right, Todd. Thank you. We are moving on to talk to Professor Deborah Schultz. She is the program coordinator for the drama department in our Media, Performing, and Visual Arts Center of Excellence. Welcome back to the show, Deborah.
Thank you.
So before we get to the fun stuff, let's cover some of the nuts and bolts of your program. You say the drama department, it exists and students can major in drama. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, we're one of the best kept secrets here at HCC. A lot of people are like, oh, wow, you actually have a drama program and we can actually do this and study what it takes in order to move into the world of acting, technical theater, theater education. So we actually have 3 tracks. Students will graduate with an associate's in drama. Each of the tracks speaks to what students need. So we have the performance track for those folks who want to become actors. The technical track works for students who want to do design work, whether that's in costume, scenic, lighting, or sound. And then we have the general track, which is really meant for students who want to go on and kind of pay it forward and become theater educators and pass along what they have learned here and as we move them on to a 4-year program.
No, that's great. I was reading a little bit about these degree plans and tracks, and I confess I didn't realize you guys had classes on tech, on stage makeup, classes on directing drama. I'm glad to see a whole range of those classes. What can students expect in fall and spring? Now the spring enrollment is open. What kind of classes would a typical student working on their drama associates start with, and what would they complete on these tracks? What classes would they take?
Well, we require all of our students to take Introduction to Theater or Theater Appreciation, I guess as it's called now. It's for those of us who've gone through the name change, sometimes it sticks. For Theater Appreciation, because we want to make sure that everybody really understands what goes into theater. We have a lot of drama majors who come without a lot of theater experience or very limited with what their high schools were able to afford or what they've been able to put together working in the Houston area. And then all students, regardless of track, take Acting 1, where they learn the basics, and then Stagecraft 1, which is because no matter whether you're an actor or a technician, you need to be able to do some basic skills of putting sets together because you don't know where your first job's going to come. And if you're a theater educator, you're going to be expected to build your own set once you get there. As well as script analysis, which is kind of our capstone class. That's for the students who are going to be getting ready to graduate. And then we have the whole plethora of other things, stage makeup, costume technology, Stagecraft 2, Acting 2, all of the things that will help put together a program that will get students from where they need to be today to either a 4-year school or out into the industry with the basic skills they need to be employable.
Okay, if you insist. Oh, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. What was your name? I didn't catch it. Stranger? Call me Anonymous.
Meet the skeevy Dr. Fakir and the horny geezer, Pantaloon.
And their servants Punch and Zen Burrito.
My dear Pantalone, let's go enjoy the festivities of Mardi Gras before we leave for Spain. I'll drink a toast to you becoming my son-in-law.
Shh! It's a secret.
Sorry, I'm just so glad to have you in the family.
Thank you, Dr. Faker.
Bakir,
I always knew that if I stuck it out long enough, I would eventually get some happiness from a friendship.
yes, happiness indeed.
But some people.
What did you say?
What?
What?
Why?
What?
What's all that about?
Servants. Anyway, you and Burrows will be married the second we hit the ground in Spain.
Yes, the wedding. That's a more affair. Just us after Sunday Mass. No, during Mass. Don't need to do anything fancy. Post lunches. Or maybe salads. I should go banana for the wedding luncheon. She's a slim little thing and won't need much food to keep her fit as a fiddle. Then off to a honeymoon at my house.
There you go. You gain a beautiful wife at very little expense. Just a couple of boiled eggs for breakfast, and she'll be happy as a clam.
2 eggs for breakfast? You think Fat Tuesday was everything in your house? Good God, man! Why should I shop again? Speaking of which, how much is the job?
Ah, my dear Pantalone, you and I are such great friends. Don't strain our relationship with such vulgar considerations.
No dowry? Nothing?
Well, you know, with all the lawyer fees I had to pay to deal with my wives. To prove I was only partially responsible for their deaths, I'm a cash short at the moment.
No dowry? Well, I suppose her beauty might be sufficient. And then it would suddenly bring me status in town.
There you go. Now let's go get a drink. I know this great place on Royal. My treat.
Be on, my friend. Punch! Stay with the ship and go to the beach.
As you know, the end of October brought Halloween, but also, appropriately, the Fine Arts Center's production of Terry Pratchett's Weird Sisters.
Weird Sisters is a play based on the book Weird Sisters by Terry Pratchett. And it's about these 3 witches that live in on the Discworld. The Discworld is a place that is flat and round and travels on the back of 4 elephants, which is on the back of a space turtle that swims through the universe. He does satire through fantasy. And Weird Sisters is his satire on Shakespeare. Weird Sisters and Shakespeare are the 3 witches from Macbeth. And so this play is sort of what if you looked at it from the witch's point of view instead of Macbeth's point of view? It's very funny. It has a lot of references to Shakespeare, a lot of direct lines. In fact, it starts exactly the same way Macbeth starts. In the original Macbeth, it's, "When shall we 3 meet again, in thunder, lightning, or in rain?" And in this one, it's, "When shall we 3 meet again? I can do next Tuesday." So it sets up the comedy that's obviously, we're not taking it as seriously as we would Macbeth. Many years ago, I discovered another play that Stephen Briggs, who did this play, who adapted the book into a play, did called Mort. It's one of his earlier works. It's a lot easier to do because it only has 4 characters. But when I found this one, I knew I wanted to do it. Terry Pratchett died about 3 years ago, and it was like a favorite uncle dying. You know, it was very difficult. And I've always wanted to do one. I never had enough actors to do this one because it requires, well, there are 20 actors in this, and several of them, about 10 of them are playing multiple characters. So it required a lot of students, and we have built our program up large enough to do it. And a lot of our actors also worked costume crew and prop crew and worked on the sets, and so it's great. All actors should learn tech. All techies should at some point act. So you get a feel for what everybody else is doing, so you don't look down on anybody, because everybody has a really important part to play. And even the person with the smallest role that person is just as important as the leads. They've got to be just as strong. So, yeah, it's a juggling act. We lost a whole week of rehearsal because of the rain. Remember the rain we had a few weeks ago? And they really stepped up because we lost a very substantial amount of rehearsal time. And this is not an easy play. It has so many moving parts. I seem to have always picked one with a lot of moving parts. I don't know why that is, but so I finally had the talent and the time to do it. And so I was very, very, very happy to be able to do it. Anything by Terry Pratchett I love, but to have it in play form, which is of course my form of art, and to have his book that's about plays and about Shakespeare, who is also one of my favorite writers, it's kind of a dream come true, really.
For HCC Beat, this is Randall Williams.